happening here on day 4. This is the matchup we have got coming up for you. Neuhausen against Capito. Both players played 11. Both players on 8 points. Second versus third. I believe Capito won the lag. Joining me in the booth, Scott the Freezer Frost. How much are you looking forward to this one, Scott?
Yeah, Neuhausen just been real quiet, but doing a real good job at it, getting the job done. More often than not, seems like he's getting better as time goes on as well throughout the week. You got to expect that, I guess, with most of these guys.
Oh, that's a little soft. This might sound crazy. I'm not sure if I've commentated on Neuhausen yet. I must have done.
Well, that's kind of where I was touching on the silent part, right? I don't really remember commentating much
We
on that.
must have done.
Of course.
Of course, but I just don't recall it.
Well, he's just real sneaky and quiet, maybe in disguise out there.
Yeah, maybe it was day 1 if we did. Anyway.
Can he go forward? Yeah, he's just going to chip off.
Making a very good account for himself. Looks like another young player on tour. Claudio Cacci. He's 2 up over Jason Shaw. Table 2.
Yeah, what a match that's going to be.
Capito got the short stick here. I believe he has.
Yeah, it's not really the 8 he's worried about. It's the 2. Problem here is the pace, right? If he mishits it at all, it probably won't fall. Because he's got to hit it a little hard. Yeah, the pace wasn't bad, actually. Just a little thin. Wow. All right, yeah. Carl just gave us a little information. This is only second time Neuhausen has been on the TV box.
Well, there you go. We just need to find out who was in the booth now. Which one of us did it? Or was it both?
Yeah, not be surprised if it was us. It's actually kind of shocking, right? How many matches has he played?
He's on 11 matches. I mean, maybe there's just been so many good matches to pick from when he's been on.
5-6 combinations, definitely playable. Can go forward here. It looked like he was addressing the cue ball low in the beginning. Is he still doing that? I don't believe so. Just go forward, yes. And Carl just told me, of course, that it was myself and JJ. He beat SVB.
I thought I'd not seen the young lad play.
Oh, give me a break.
Brilliant. I can't believe you forgot, Scott. You played your hero, SVB. You beat him and all. No wonder you forgot.
Yeah, that is what it is. Actually laying perfect here to get nice on the purple. You can just see the confidence in him right now. We've been watching a lot of him on table 2 during these matches, and he's just looked really, really on another level this week. You can tell, Carl, can't you, when people are walking around the table, how they really feel at the table, just by how their footwork is playing off.
Yeah, he's got that swagger about himself, hasn't he? Doesn't matter what table he's on. Still got 6 pockets and a grey cloth. He wins the opener. Table 2, Jason Shaw has tied it up. It's 2-2 over there. Jason Shaw has got the break.
Yeah, to be fair, they started just a little earlier, but these two guys don't really need a shot clock. That's the break that Jeremy and I have been talking about. I'm sure you've touched on it as well, Carl, but the spreads that Shaw's been getting, and I know back home in Connecticut he works real hard on his break, but this break just stands out from the rest in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, obviously you had the night off last night, Scott. Very last match. He was all tucked up in Betty Bows. Myself and JJ was on the Shaw Edward match. It was a crazy match. I don't know if you were sweating the action on your phone. Ever the pro that you are, but what an ending we had. It was mental. Luckily for Shaw, he nicked the point. Edward made a right mess of the last rack. He kind of said to me and JJ coming into today, I'm sure Shaw would look back at last night and think, well, thank God I nicked that one.
And there's a look at Moritz break, and I'll tell you what, he hits the balls pretty firm. The break shot. I believe the 2 plays to the top left. Whether he shoots it or not, that's another story. He can get into the cue ball quite well, though. I feel like a player like Kachi would take this on. Something he really likes, that real low outside ball. Can't fault him for taking the extension.
Beautiful touch there, beautiful speed. Not easy when you're just trying to land behind one ball. Going for short.
Great effort there, and he doesn't get it down on the side. He's got this distance. Got a feeling he's going to be living behind the black 8 next. I don't even know that he was trying to make it. I think he's just trying to get through another inning.
Ideally would have got the hook.
Yeah, Carl, a lot of guys will play that with an outside ball, the way the cue ball will come 2 rails in towards the back of the 8. Kind of makes the 8 a bigger ball. That inside ball there, it's a little trickier.
Yeah, maybe Neuhausen will learn that one day. Is he on the, has he been on the list for having a chat with him between?
No, but
Neuhausen?
he has reached out many times and we've talked, Carl. Glad you asked. Got him really covered up here.
Yeah, what do we see? 2 rails. He's going 1. Can't really fault him. That's a good hit. Keeps going. Might buy him a little time.
Yeah, and do you just use the 6 here to cover him up, or do you try and get all the way back down behind the 8? 6 and 3.
I think that's the one thing that I've spotted over the years, Scott. I think everybody's safety plays getting a lot better. There was always a few players where I've included everyone just seems to be so good at that.
Yeah, and I mean, that's simply an amazing hit, but that's kind of the outside ball I was just touching on, right? It makes the 8 such a big ball when you're coming in from behind. Capito. What a hit.
Again, he's just relying on a little bit here. He's a bit stuck, so he's playing this with right. Got to find that window, which he does. Even when you're hooked after contact, a ball must strike the rail or go in the pocket. Growing up as a youngster, coming from the world of English 8-ball, when you was hooked, Scott, we could call a total snooker hook, which meant you didn't have to hit a rail. Have you ever heard of that one?
Well, it's when you just mentioned snooker, I guess that's the same thing then, right? But you had to call it, I guess.
Yeah, you just said, "Oh, I'm total hooked," basically. It meant you could come out the hook and just nestle on a ball.
I feel like most of my life I've been total. Yeah, just avoid the 8, right? You want to get pretty flat, though, so saying just avoid the 8 sounds easy. Now this steep angle, does he draw into it, or can he hold? Might be able to hold.
Yeah, he's not scared of juicing the ball up either. Like a slow drag with loads of right. Kill it all. Pulling into it. Still needs a good touch, this ball. Yeah, we're only a rack and a half in, but we're seeing why these boys are near the top of the table.
Yeah, that's no joke. They're just outperforming just about everybody else. But Chua in that bracket, Shaw, just kind of standing out all week so far.
Yeah, I mean, I think when we look at Chua, Capito, and Neuhausen, definitely them 3 have been the more consistent. Shaw's had his ups and downs. One minute he's looked like a genius, the next minute he's looked like me. Terrible.
You're a little hard on yourself, Carl.
Yeah, just a bit of tongue-in-cheek. Can't be a bit of banter, can you? Anywhere in the centre of the table. Took a little rail before it went in.
Yeah, actually, you can expect at times when you catch that point like that on a little bit more worn cloth, that ball might not go. Surprising that it does in these tight pockets. Yeah, it's a shot that he really gets a lot out of with the high ball. And we're all knotted up at 1.
Talking of knotted up, Claudio catch it. 3-2 down to Shaw. He's hooked behind the 8. Blue 2 on the far right of the table. Gonna go 2-3 rails. Big ball. A lot of balls down the bottom. Things can happen, but you gotta hit the ball. The only thing happening now is Shaw's gonna pick it up.
Yeah, that high ball, right? We always see it off the first rail. It's going to arc outward. So you've got to count for that. I don't know, Carl. I mean, you said we've seen glimpses of something like disaster with Shaw. I don't feel like that as much. I feel like he's played really solid overall. I mean, he's missed an oddball here or there, but I feel like he is definitely in the conversation in the top 4.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he's up there. There's no doubt about it. I just more mean the mindset of these 3. They've been so on it every match, every ball. Shaw's had his moments where he's fouled with the shaft. He's had a go at someone in the crowd. He's come over here moaning at us. I mean, have you not been sat here?
Fair enough.
I know he's your buddy, but we've got to tell the people what's going on.
Oh, no, you know I'm the first to talk about that.
But he can handle that. This is what makes him who he is.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he is 4-2 up. Casey Shaw's on the hill.
This one ball, you know, if you're going with a high inside ball to come up to the top side of the 2, it comes missable. Plus the green 6 isn't helping things, hampering the bridge a bit. Yeah, very awkward, actually, the more I look at this. I mean, I think he's got to stay aggressive. You don't want to turn this down because you're probably not going to get anything better in the future of this rack. And now looking at the bank on the blue. Doing some measuring with the finger. Well, he is taking it on. Well, it all kind of went sideways there. He didn't even have a look at the 2. Might have been because of the thick hit on the 1.
Yeah, the scary side pockets.
Okay. Can you play the bank to the lower rider? Is that too much to ask? It's going to take his extension. I don't blame him. You can graze the right side of the 1. It is tricky, though, because the cue ball is basically parallel with it. You've got to hit this ball thinner than you think. This looks like he's putting a touch of inside on it. Might help with the accuracy there. Okay, he's trying to bank it this route. He's going to have to get away with one here. Oh, and he just got the rub on the brown 7. Yeah, long reach out. Notice the backhand dead straight with the cue. That's where the accuracy comes from. Anywhere sideways, you're going to miss hit. Well, there you have it. Now for your next trick, Neuhausen, but what a shot this is. That's all you could ask for. What's wrong with banking it to the lower right? Is that... I don't know if there's anything wrong with trying to bank that two to the lower right if you hit it short. It's again running this clock out, and that's why he's chose to do this. Clearly didn't have anything made up in his mind there. Boy, the 5 seems like a big ball to get behind here. Can cut at it if he can hold the cue ball. Both players running the clock out. Gonna get away with this. You just gotta float this in. Trust the table, trust your cueing. That he did, very nice. Absolutely perfect. These beautiful Racing tables. Aramith balls, Simonis cloth. Best of the best they use on the tour. These tables, man, I'll tell you what, they really play nice. Wow. So the last 3 shots, they've used the clock literally down to the buzzer.
Both players feeling it in this match. They know one of them's about to overtake the other.
Pretty fortunate if you can't see this whole ball here. It's going to kick behind it. I think you want to catch the bottom half of the 3 here, though, to get some distance. See it going in to the buzzer again.
SVB is in the building, he's in the practice area. The fastest racket of the balls I've ever seen with a triangle. Don't know why that just hit me, but wild he is. Obviously you must have seen that many times. When he's got a rack with a triangle, he does it in about 3 seconds. Mason Shaw is at the table with a chance to win the match. Great chance to win the match at that. Yeah, these are the balls left. He's on 8 points out of his 11. Looks a different player today. I think that little scare last night in the match where he could have easily lost it to Edward, and he missed a 7 ball in the corner. Me and Jeremy were still shocked this morning. Just so unsure, like he just sort of hit it straight. It was wild. I think he's giving a little shake up. He's coming to today all refreshed. He's got the point. Mason Shaw beats Claudio Cacci 5 racks to 2, and he goes on 9 points from 12 matches. Next up, SVB, the 5-time US Open champion, will be playing Edward Koyengen. Labutus versus Manus has been postponed till tomorrow. Back to table 1, Neuhausen here, beautiful on the 9, straight. for a 2-1 lead. There it is. 2-1. Been a real good old battle, this one. SVB enters the arena. Very keen to get the match started. Shaw's not even packed his cues away. This is the practice area. It's been a real good vibe, hasn't it, Scott, around this practice area? You and Jeremy have been hitting a lot of balls, practicing away daily.
Me and Jeremy.
Jeremy, sorry, I meant Jeremy, not you. I apologise.
Thank you.
We're just sat behind.
Yeah, it's been a great vibe here, actually. I love the arena. I love the way we've set it up. These 2 practice tables. Close enough to the TV tables, but not so close that it's ever going to bother anyone.
Yeah, and the players are always having a little bit of fun in the practice area. So we've got the best seat in the house to view all that, haven't we? Always fun and games in this area. Breaking from the centre spot.
Yeah, and they're flying in from everywhere here. The 2 just dresses up.
Well, how do you like these?
He's another one that puts a lot into the break as far as power. When you see 2 or 3 balls up table like this, you know that they're getting into the rack pretty good. Went a little further than he meant to there. Probably going to draw out 2 rails. Yeah, maybe going to kill it. Guess he's killing this. Never mind. Boy, did he pull a Fetter Gorst on me. Was he aiming middle and going low? I didn't recognize he does that, but then again, I've only watched him play 1 time on this table, and that was almost 4 days ago. I just don't recall that he aims in the middle and then goes low, but he definitely did that there on the 3.
You would think he'll swing the cue ball round. Could go forward off 1, actually, looking at that. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, that's fine. Let's just slow down a little bit. Start to land a little awkward.
Yeah, I think that might be the only concern with going forward, obviously, is that the line that you're going to take is probably more of a straight-in line on the 7 versus coming at an angle. So you're going to rip this all the way back. Yeah, what a strike that was.
Yeah, he's not lacking the old cue power, is it? Yeah, that's a lot better now. Neuhausen 3-1. Capito's got a little bit of thinking to do. Yeah, the match on table 2 has started. SVB against Koyanjan. This is the situation we've got. Edwards kind of played his way into the event. I think he started off a little starstruck. Currently sits in 12th. 4 wins from his 11 matches. Just 2 points behind SVB.
Full ball airborne here. No, he was definitely going at the make there. Did he get away with it? Yeah, probably. This is laid real tricky. Back to Capito. Trailing 3 games to 1. Well, that's something that hasn't been lacking in this department, Carl. The break for Capito.
Yeah, you can see how much softer it is than Neuhausen. Playing much more of the controlled cue ball break. I feel like there's 2 styles to this cut break. Both pretty effective when working. Now, can he avoid balls? Can he drop this in, or does he have to swing the cue ball round? Yeah. Could roll it in. Well, just look at the balls. This really good split, this is. One of them where you'd pay decent money for a split like this.
Yeah, either that or you could make decent money with a split like this. 1 rail out above the 6. Might come below it. I think he's got to go with it. No problem. He's going to probably get nice and tight on 5. I thought he might get into it a little bit more. He can drag this out. Caught it fat, and all had to do with how short he landed on the purple. He wanted to hold for the 6. Didn't want some type of angle where he had to deal with the 9. The buzzer in the background. They are used to it at this point.
Doesn't really need to overthink this, does he? Just knock it in. Don't play it too hard. You don't have to come that far out with the cue ball.
I'm really surprised he played it like this. You were right on the money there, Carl. I mean, you ain't cut from anywhere, even if you are on the right long rail. So maybe overthinking that a little bit. I think he's going to be okay, but this is a lot thinner than it looks, I believe. Yeah, it's so thin that he's got to drop down to this lower left corner from what he was looking at, unless he can hold. Well, he looks like he's going to spin this too. Yeah, nice recovery. Really nice recovery there. The speed.
Yeah, kind of put himself under it a little bit there. SVB won the opener on table 2. Capito pulls to just 1 behind 3-2 now down. Yeah, tomorrow, day 5, come the end of the evening play, we're going to say bye to 6 players. Just 10 will remain. All points won will carry over. Them 10 players will all do battle again in a round robin.
Moving day.
Yeah, when you look at the league table, really starting to see what needs to happen now. Neuhausen to break. 3-2 up. What's the difference in breaks, by the way? Capito's, I don't want to say soft break, but softer break. Watch the power Neuhausen puts on this one.
Yeah, look at this layout here. Everything up in the top left corner. Don't ask me how or why. Most likely just an assortment of kisses. But boy, he gets into them well. Really, up until this point, never even noticed how well he breaks these balls with power. Can he tuck behind the 3, or is he just trying to chip this? Yeah, very good. Very, very good. This is not fun to hit. You've either got to take a chance from the right long rail softly, very softly, or try and clear the 7, and I don't believe he's going to do that. It's just too far away. Good thing is, if he does make contact here softly, probably not going to leave much.
Yeah, ball must strike rail after contact. Well done. You'll be playing off the edge, though, down the bottom end of the table. Try and use the 9 ball as a blocker.
Could you shoot straight into the 2 and draw back behind the 7 if you wanted? They're too close. Nothing wrong with it. He wants to get him tight up behind the 9. Jump cue might come out now. Can kick from the back rail. And there's a good look. He could swerve the 9 maybe, but the problem is the red 3, if he catches the 2 a little thin, could go in the drink to the top left. Yeah, he's going to the jump cue. I think you've almost just got to... What can you do here? Can you just try to get the 5 down, I guess? Wow.
That fired in, didn't it?
Yeah.
Clean as a whistle.
How cold-blooded's the 2 finish here? As good as this was, the 5 completely froze to the rail. It's going to get him out of a jam. Now he can just stick behind the paint. Don't try to get too cute here and stun too far up under it. Well, he is, because that's just how good he's playing.
Well, he's looking to go off the side, but I think top rail, side rail's a better option anyway. Feels a bigger ball going that way. Might get unlucky here and scratch in the bottom left.
Yeah, looking back at that safety right there, if he really kind of focuses a little bit more on the 2 as well, and it just gets out about another foot, 1.5 to the right, the ball is so much more difficult to hit. But like Carl said, pretty big ball from the 2 rail line here. You can scratch, like he said, off the back. I would say he's a heavy favorite to make the hit, though. Wow, look at this, Carl.
Yeah, top of the table from Robbie.
I mean, really good stuff, right? From Capito jumping the 5 in combination to this. It's been a really nice rack from both these guys. Yeah, not the end of the world there. Evaluating the swerve if you can just chip it into the right corner.
Needs to hold up this. Needs to hold up, and it has done. He'll take that.
I like his decision, just leveling out there and getting the 2 down, accepting wherever the cue ball finished. Well, that needs to run. Yeah, that is not going to get it. Almost looked like he just completely let up on the stroke.
Good safety though, after a really poor positional shot from Moritz. Anywhere on the left side of the table, you can't fail. Didn't matter if it was straight because of where the green 6 was. Yeah, he's running back for the short cue. I only think he's trying to bank it low left. Or low right.
Wow. He's come with 2 jump shots this rack that were, wow, absolutely mental.
Yeah, Neuhausen will be kicking himself. Great chance to clear the table here. Played a good safety, but Capito's punished the mistake.
Tell you what, he's earned it though. Capito. 2 huge jump shots in the rack, and we are all tied up at 3 apiece.
Yeah, you can just see the other table that's in this arena next to table 1, table 2. SVB is on that table. It's 1 apiece. Got a tricky little shot on a red 3 ball coming up. Playing to right centre. He's made it, but cannon in the green 6 wasn't intended. But he's still got a shot on the purple 5, and he's managed to get out for the green 6. Yeah, win here for Shane would put him on 7 out of 12. That would put him right up into that 5th spot area, along with Alyosha's Yap.
Can't take this too on, can you? He's going to go forward. A lot of times we see these guys kind of let up on the cue ball here. Going to try and put him behind the red 3, I believe. and see how he got through it. Really good stuff from Capito on the defensive side.
Yeah, everybody's finding the glue on the object ball.
Yeah, I recall the safety he played on the 3, I believe it was, where he went 2 rails behind the 8 earlier. Did the same exact thing, but with a lot of distance. You've got to be feeling good when you control the cue ball that well. And believe it or not, don't have to hit this real hard. Any contact on the 2, you could leave him side rail to side rail. I think last minute, Carl, he might have put a touch of right on it that he didn't intend.
Yeah, fully agree. Just bounced weird off that bottom rail, didn't it? So kind of blowing opportunity. Not that shot, because it was a difficult hit anyway, but not easy to keep going when you're in a hook and you should have been 4-2 up, really. Easy finish, didn't he, Scott? Really easy finish.
Yeah, like you said, on the 3, all he had to do was get anywhere on the left side of the table where the 6 was. Just no way you couldn't get out from there, or at least get on the ball. And, well, he came up way short, and since then it's been all Capito.
Yeah, went off the jaw. Obviously, Capito's a great player, you know, and he got that big open tournament win under his belt last season, the UK Open. What really impresses me is his temperament. Such a good temperament. I wouldn't say he's the best cueist in the world. It's that textbook. Doesn't look attractive. Got a good touch and just gives everything 110, doesn't he?
Yeah, different cueing style for sure. Kind of those little rabbit or bunt strokes once he gets the cue ball. It takes a lot more than most of the top players, but it works for him.
Yeah, that's good enough on the 9. Gives the old cue a wipe down.
About 3 games ago, I was about to say it's finito for Capito, but it looks a little different now.
Capito is on the hill. Edward Ryanjan, all the way from Indonesia. Up against SVB, 2-1 down. This is the table layout he's got. Cue ball needs to settle. And it has. Sure, Edwards loved his time here this week. Battling it out with some of the best players we've got.
Yeah, and I think he's going to take a lot away from this week as well, right? All the plays, getting Jeremy, and I touched on it a little bit ago. I don't feel like he's played glaringly bad at any point in time the entire week. He goes through the ball so nicely. He is a player that I enjoy to watch, without a doubt. Look for him to continue to climb the ladder in the coming years. Comes that big break that we've been talking about. Or from the center of the table. You'll notice he'll start from the right side and come to the left of the one. Just something Jason Shaw does, but this time you got the flick off the top of the 9 into the left middle of the cue ball.
Yeah, this could be a harsh way to lose. Red 3 and pink 4, purple 5, the green 6, they're all down here. Once he gets rid of this top ball.
Table 2, Koyonigan ties it up. 2 games apiece with FD. Yeah, what's he not like about this? Did he fall real straight on the 3, meaning he's going to get steep on the pink 4? So now, I'd have to put a little extra work in. Does it pass the green 6? Could he come back? I don't like that. I think you're putting a little too much into the cue ball there, asking a little much. Just, if you're that flat, stop and take your medicine on the pink. See what he's got in mind. Yeah, and there was a great view of how steep the 4 really is. Good news is that if he gets it down, it's natural to the purple, I believe. I don't think he has to do anything fancy. Yeah, very clean, Carl.
Yeah, it was a nice pot, that, wasn't it? Wanted to be better on the pink 4. Took his medicine. Here's a better look. That gives you an idea in the middle. Playing it off that far short. SVB's in a battle over on table 2. It's 2-2. Young Edward has a chance to go 3-2 up off the break. It's a pretty nice split. Still going to get the job done.
Yeah, he needs this to bounce. I think he's got to go forward now. And using the extension. Can you just draw back out towards the center? Maybe I'm misled by this line.
Yeah, put a bit of delay on the cue ball. Moritz, let one slip here, you feel?
Yeah, 3-1 up. Doesn't look like he's going to win another game from that point. I'll tell you what, though, Capito come with 2 big jump shots that one game. Really fought for the shot.
In the words of Scott Frost, it's finito for Capito. He beats Neuhausen 5 racks to 3 and just goes above him. Next up, Sanjin against Anniat in about 5 minutes.